Thanks for tossing Dry Bear. I'm Dry Bear at the analyst desk.
You really wanted to do that.
I did. I'm just the whole week I was waiting for it. I have to tell you, honestly, after talking to the team and the development team and the players that have found out about the changes, I'm so excited about Season 2. So much about the game is going to change, and so much more is going to grow of it. I mean, the meta shifts that are going to come with it, and obviously the view of it is going to look so good.
Oh,
And
looks great.
one thing to remind myself, that since I just said it in the video, and I'm going to say it again, we're kicking off Season 2 with these changes, but we're rolling out tons of patches over 2015 with more and more major changes as well. But what we can do now is we head over to FDOT, who is one of the game designers and god designers, actually, hi-rez KP, who's been working really hard on the changes.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, okay.
It's me again, Tom FDOT. This time, I think everybody knows who I'm here with. Why don't you just tell them?
My name is Fats.
You're missing a letter, aren't you?
It's silent.
All right, I think it's an X-Fats. Anyway, we've got our friend Fats here, member of the community. You've been around. A lot of the people we talk to here are either new. You've been around for a long time. How long?
Well, I've been here since 2012, but it's gotten a lot better since then. I mean, you can see all the people here. It's crazy.
Turn up, turn up. Yeah, I mean, we started, the first event I was at was the launch tournament, and that was huge and a fraction of what we've got going on. I mean, what's the biggest difference from the launch tournament to here that you can see?
A lot of money. I mean, there's a way bigger prize pool. Number 3 in esports. We're number 3. And I mean, look at all the people here. This is a huge venue with a lot of amazing people who are hoping to be as good as Barracuda one day.
One day, we'll see. So, watching out in some of these games, I mean, you're a community member, so it's always tough for us to like pick favorites and whatnot, because we got to deal with all the people we talk negatively about later. But who are you looking at right now? You rooting for anybody?
If I had a choice, I just want Jeff Handler to play Geb. I mean, his stone shields are ridiculous.
No, I mean, Jeff Finla, definitely one of the more reactionary characters. So, one of the big things that we have going on here is just the competition and seeing all the faces. So, what are you doing? Anything? Have you been saying hi to the fans and everything, or what is Fat's game plan when it comes to SWC?
Show up, enjoy some high quality, high action, top level Smite play. Say hello to all the people who support me, of course, like my man's right here. And of course, to embrace it all. I mean, we live this. This is SWC.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, man. So I mean, you're right. This is SWC. Have you made any new friends or just a lot of the old friends?
Well, I mean, I've met a lot of people who have viewed me. I've met a lot of people who watched me back when I was on Smite game, and that was a while ago, but they're still asking, when are you gonna stream?
Right. So why don't you tell everybody where you stream, since that joke is really old already.
Really old. All right, you can find me almost every day, bringing you the best in Smite action at twitch.tv/xfats.
That's right. Don't forget the X, because we're certainly going to remember it. But now we're going to talk to Kelly.
Thank you so much, FDOT and XFATs. Guys, we are done with our preliminary matches, and now we're going on to the wild card bracket. The first game we're going to be seeing is China's second seed DID versus Brazil's champions We Love Bacon. Let's take a quick look to remind ourselves who is playing on Team DID.
Doge's dog, Mikasa, Abe, Nine, If, Master Lou.
The opposite side.
So your players for Team DID. Now we're going to be looking at Brazil's We Love Bacon.
We love bacon. Oritrol. Nan. Aimless.
All right. Welcome back to the Alienware Analyst Desk. Of course, as we have DID versus We Love Bacon getting ready to go here. You know, we were looking at the bracket. We were trying to like future predict everything. You know, like seeing like what the matches could potentially be.
Right.
Dude, for a moment there, it was like my heart sunk because I thought we were going to get a We Love Bacon OMG matchup, which I would have been so stoked for.
Right.
But that won't happen because of the way the bracket's set up. Needless to say, though, you know, this is all dependent on whether or not they can overcome. So I think based on my prediction, you can already guess who I think is going to move forward. Is the sentiment the same across the table? Dry Barber, start with you.
You know, honestly, I'm going with the Men of Meat. We Love Bacon. They're going to take this match against DID. Now, I think that the biggest thing that we saw from DID, which OMG did like the next level up of it, was just that hyper aggression coming out of the gate. And I think they're going to do the same thing. But whoa, we're actually going to see a Circuit banned by first pick rather than second pick. DID looks like they're just reeling back and playing it super safe.
Yep, smart there, and that's going to be the Nox band. Okay,
Yeah.
so Nox will be banned here. I guess now at this point, you know, Allied, who would you go for, you know, if you're DID?
Your DID probably want to ban out We Love Bacons. I would say something that you're just not, like, there's not too many things that stand out of We Love Bacon. They seem to have all solid lanes. Something that you just generally don't want to deal with. And Nemesis is one of them. No one wants to deal with Nemesis. There's no one in the world. No one's going to be like, yeah, I could do it. No.
Well, we're seeing a lot of winged blade pickups as well, which does very good against Nemesis. All she has is that one slow and the ultimate as well. But we're actually going to see a Hercules removal here. And we did see a kill lane with Hercules and Ares, which actually got first blood on Snoopy. Shoutouts to Snoopy.
That's true.
In the last match, we saw DID with a Bakasura first pick.
Okay, interesting stuff there. Tim, what are your thoughts?
If I was DID, I would target the Hunter from Bacon, QE3Q, because clearly he's a really good player. I would love to see DID try to ban him out. Instead, it's gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be Thor.
There
Is that
it is.
Anubis?
Wow.
That's
There's
Anubis.
Wow.
Okay, there goes the Anubis pick.
That is,
Floored right now, safe to say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
that is definitely their middle lane.
That's probably
With
what their
an
name is
Iraqi
from.
pickup as well.
Yeah.
Doge's dog. There's the dog.
That's the
There's
dog, yeah.
the dog. You gotta have
That's
the
the
dog on
dog.
the team, right? The dirty dog, Anubis. And another pick going down there, and then you have Bama coming up. What is up? What are we witnessing right now, Driver? You
What?
seem to be blown away.
Where's the stability? It's just Bakasura, Iraqi, Anubis. So like, hey, is that We Love Bacon? Let's just kill him.
Yeah.
What's your strategy? Kill him?
This shows the
Just
difference
kill
between the
them
meta.
all.
I mean, this is Chinese meta against Latin American meta. You know, it's a clash. I have no idea how it's gonna go.
And
honestly.
Ra goes for Doge's dog, and Apollo for Wheel of Bacon. So it's going to be the next pick, Allied.
What's interesting is that DID, completely different meta, has prioritized like their I'm assuming at least that's their solo, jungle, and mid lane instead of the other. Most teams, at least even Europe, they get their support, jungler, and then their AD carry or their hunter. So I'm actually curious to see what is picked next.
Yeah, as that starts coming, there goes Agni. Agni's going to get picked for We Love Bacon.
It's got to be Ares next.
Has to be.
It's got to be.
Is that an Ares? Oh
They
my
didn't
god.
Herc Ares. I mean, is this gonna be like an Arachne Ares lane? Junkwei in the I mean, what
Ares
do we do?
and
with those?
Ares.
Who's
Ares
hunter?
for DID.
DID is they
Who's
just
the
want
hunter?
to kill. They just want to kill,
Arachne.
man.
It's gotta be Arachne or Bakasura.
I'm calling Baka AD carry.
Yeah.
I got higher.
I think so too.
With that. That's how I got. Yeah. That's
All right. Well, we'll see if that works out. Waiting for the last pick to be, penciled in, and that's going to be Loki for We Love Bacon. So we're going to see how all this pans out. Lots of craziness here, folks. But we're going to go ahead, toss it off to our casters, Gandhi and Hindu Man. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Welcome back to the caster desk, and me and Gandhi, first time together, boy.
I know. Is this a Arachne mid? Is that what I'm seeing? Is the spider going to be going into the mid lane?
I'm gonna call this composition all in or GG.
I mean, there is the Anubis, so Anubis most likely probably going to go mid, but I just never know with DID. I mean, instantly, I know we kind of like wait for the dramatic, but like Anubis, like as soon as it was time, it was just lock in.
I mean, they ran Hercules earlier on today in the duo lane as the AD carry. They put their hunter into the solo lane. There's potential for anything from these guys. I'm not sure which way they'll go with it.
Well, I'm actually kind of afraid for We Love Bacon here. When you look at DID's team, you have a Bakasura, you have an Ares, Zhang Kui, and Arachne. These are 4 gods who are just nightmares to deal with.
They are true nightmares as well. Like, all of them have so much damage potential. This is what I mean by an all-in composition.
Yeah.
These guys are going to go hard, they're going to go fast, but if it doesn't work out, Gandhi, they're really going to struggle. Like, they're going to get themselves behind because as this game goes on, Agni, Rama gets super strong too. Thor could really influence this composition they're trying to put.
Well, and when you look at We Love Bacon, most important, you do have Sylvanas. Now, when you have Sylvanas, you have early game control, period. Not only can you shove the wave, but you can also heal the wave as well as your teammates. It is very, very hard to deal with.
And right now you can see us transitioning into the game. It's live now. The losers bracket between DID, Doge is Doge, up against We Love Bacon.
And that's the... We did it.
It's like a normal tournament. It's a normal tournament. I'm so high five for the normal
did it.
tournament. Yes.
The pause.
The game.
A little bit of a pause off the beginning, checking the equipment, and then we're instantly unpaused. I think it was just so we could get that out of the way. Nope, fake out. And that is good old-fashioned fake out if I've ever seen it. Anywho, so Bakasura going into the solo lane here, taking a look at it, he has started with Heavy Hammer. Now, when you start with Heavy Hammer, that means one thing: you gotta kill.
You're gonna go aggressive. That's the whole reason to do that in that situation. But if it doesn't pay off, it can hinder you and hurt you a little.
Sure.
There's a connection issue with one of the players that's getting taken care of, so
yeah.
We could talk a little bit more about the matchups that we expect to see more than anything else. Sylvanas with that Rama, he's going to be going in lane more than likely against Ares and Baka, maybe?
Maybe.
Or Arachne?
I'm really just not. I know Ares is going into the duo lane. Like, that's what we know. By the way, look how cool that is. Anubis is like, hey, man, come here.
I'm just chilling.
God, Anubis, man. Death Gaze, so much damage with this god.
Shout out to production.
Very, very cool. Look at Baka. Baka is like playing craps in the street.
It's like, what's going on? Ares is already on the march there. He's just like leading from the front as you'd expect. And Ares, although he's in a wall.
Ah, all right. Turn up.
We can turn up. We're back in the game now. And DID looking for this invasion. Will they find someone, Gandhi?
Yeah. Well, they are going to go into the early invade. They are way deep in here. Now, they're going to go ahead and rotate over to the left. This could be a lot of trouble here for Rama. He actually has to get the dodge in. There's going to be one chain. That's going to be 2 chains. There is no follow-up, though. There is no real kill potential. And that is almost a win for We Love Bacon because Blink is down for now 180 seconds.
I mean, he blinks in, the shackles go on. The problem is he wanted Baka to get in range with that slow, with that heavy hammer to allow them to catch up and bring him down. Not going to get it. What it does do, though, is put Rama into his role first of all. It's not the worst case scenario for him. It does hurt his wave clear a little bit at the start, though, because you normally want that Astral Strike.
Agreed. Now, off the beginning here, you're going to notice that both teams are getting set up in the middle of the map. So these mid Harpies that spawn on the left and the right give you more experience than any buff on the map, with the exception of Fire Giant, and we are going to see a little bit of an engagement. They're going to jump in. That's a lot of damage. QE3, down he goes. First blood to Bakasura, and they will now be rewarded with both sets of Harpies. DID coming out strong.
China are just on fire today with these invasions. I mean, they came around the back and like, let's fight, boys. We're good to go. Picking up first blood early on, both mid camps. It means the dual lane's going to be late to lane, though, which allows Sylvanas, obviously, with Rama, to get the push on early. But what can they do with that? I'd look for speed. No, not with Rama, actually. I'm lying. Rama's dead.
Now, as we're going to go ahead and check out the right side here, Thor is going to look to the blue buff. Wisely, Arachne and Zhang Kui decided to go around the back side. They said, okay, they shoved the wave. We don't want to eat the minions and force this fight. We're just going to go the safe route.
I mean, this matchup of Loki, this duo matchup at the moment in the solo lane, it should go in Zhang and Arachne's favor. They have slows, they have great damage as well, and we'll have to see how that's going to play out because the Thor and Loki have to be careful in these positions about over-aggressing.
Now, Zhang Kui, just to touch on him a little bit, Zhang Kui does an insane amount of damage. He's very, very safe, and it's very hard to do anything against him.
Yeah, right now you can see Thor actually rotating to the mid lane. Got to soak some experience here, so he's going to leave Loki early. Arachne now go back into her jungle as well. The red buff's still standing for now. It looks like they know there's a potential for speed, and these two are going to meet in the jungle.
Yep, Arachne is going to be looking to be pushed up. She's got a Thor there. She doesn't have the rotation coming out of Anubis, so this isn't going to be a fight yet. But with the wave shoved up, Agni has the option to invade on this speed, but it looks like it's not going to happen. But how do you like Loki so far in the solo?
Loki versus Zhong isn't the greatest matchup in the world for Loki, but none of them really have kill potential on the other, in fairness. Zhong can give himself protections, obviously, if he uses his ultimate, and that will stop Loki with the all-in. And Loki can have issues with trying to kill him off, so he'll just play it defensively.
Great Odin's Raven. That is a Hunter Bakasura.
Gandhi, there's an invade on this red buff that's still standing here, coming out from Wheel of Bacon, and Wheel of Bacon gonna take that one away, put some pressure on Zhong with the Agni rotation as well. This was good call from Bacon, but across the way, look at the left-hand side, Ares are doing the same thing from DID.
Yep, they were actually able to get the red buff, and Ares is going to be picking it up, so already adding to his early game strength. He's just going to continue to do it. Not the most common thing we see. Sometimes we just see him leave that buff and the mid goes for it, but Anubis wasn't in a spot. So when you take a look at Ibaka in the solo lane, as soon as this gets past like 5 minutes, he's going to have a very difficult time farming versus Rama.
He's not there to fight, though. He got Heavy Hammer, he's got Regurgitate, his ultimate cripples. What's one thing Rama relies on? The tumble to get himself out of bad situations. He regurgitates, he can really force the ultimate, put him in a bad spot for Ares to kill him on the way down.
Mid's gonna find out, the blink's gonna come in, Ares is gonna lock into Rama, Baka's hungry, baby, and Baka's gonna get a kill. Bing's gonna shut that one down, making him go up 2-0. Is the tree looking for a little bit of action here? Baka's at least gonna whack away, trim the hedges just a little bit, just to say what's up.
Actually zoning them out as well from contesting these Harpies that have just spawned. Left one's going to go to DID, right, Wheel of Bacon are in position already. They're going to be able to bring those ones down, so we're trading those. But DID, after that kill, 1,200 experience, 1,300 gold. It's looking good start from DID, but mid lane.
Oh my god, the damage! Death Gaze is just going to erase Agni off the map.
This is what I said about this composition overall. They have so much damage on the whole team. If they all go in together, they will destroy people. But if they get picked apart, that's going to be the issue. And Wheel of Bacon are not abusing this Thor yet. They've not got him online and starting trying to pick people off.
Yeah, when you have a Thor on your team, his passive, the more enemy gods who are around him is the more damage that he does. So you're looking to be as aggressive as humanly possible early on, and we haven't seen that out of him.
No, I mean, Nan right now, he's sat with 1,500 gold in the bank, hasn't been back to base yet, even though mid-half is already down. He should be looking for his boots, but he's trying to just continue the farming. He's got to stay farming now because his speed buffs up. He's going to go blue. It's a very delayed, he's very slow in the jungle right now because he's not got his boots online yet.
Now, my question here for you, Hindo, is Bakasura. There's so many different builds you can do with him. You can do the X, you can do the chins, you can do the hasten. In the Hunter role, what do you think he's going to do?
In the Hunter role, he's got a lot of options available to him. The executioner would work out pretty well, considering the team composition he's with as well. If he's going to provide Arachne some extra damage as well. But he doesn't, he could basically go any option he feels like doing. That's the best thing about Bakasura. He just has free roam to choose what he wants to do at any given time.
Now, taking a look here, Loki has picked up Teleport. When a Loki, who is a stealth assassin, picks up Teleport, that means everyone's head is on a swivel.
Well, blinking on out from Ares. They're going aggressive on QE again. He's forced the ultimate already. Backer's way with the regurgitate. There it is.
Done.
There's no escape from the Backer and the Ares combo again for DID.
QE3 was just like, well, there's really no point in trying to aggress this. I'm not able to get the kill. I'm just going to be dead. And the positioning coming out of Ares has been fantastic. And that is how it's going to be. QE3 really has to be careful with his positioning.
One of the issues is Wheel of Bacon, Sylvanas play.
Oh!
Not going to get any follow-up, though. He's only Sylvanas, but that pull was nice. It's not the easiest thing in the world to land there. But Sylvanas has maxed his hog first before getting Midas boots, which means he's not as mobile at the moment, Gandhi. And that means that when Rama goes into the sky, he's just waiting for the rotation from his teammate to support, and they weren't able to arrive in time.
So the score right now is 4-0. We're at 6-10. In 20-25 seconds, these mid Harpies are going to be coming up, and that's going to be the next engagement. But at 6 minutes, if you lose that fight, you most likely lose the Gold Fury.
But Gandhi, DID aren't looking for the mid Harpies right now. They want this red buff, and they're already getting themselves into a position to contest it. Thor's actually gone up, and they've seen this because of the war coming in. Sylvanas with a great knock-up, though. This is good play from Wheel of Bacon. They might be able to pick up a couple more.
Agni's in the back. He's going to hit the stun. Thor's looking for one. Arachne's going to be taken out. Ares now trying to run. Thor's like, I dare you. The blink's going to go off. Great play. And Thor's not giving up yet. He's got the Tectonic Rift. He's looking for Mjolnir's Attunement, and he's just going to give up.
That's an anger spin. That's an anger spin. Like, damn.
Yeah.
He gets away. But back here, like,
Son of a sea biscuit.
he does get left on Harpies. Right ones are going to go to Wheel of Bacon, though, so that's evenly split again. But watch out. Backer's coming back to Duo, and QE needs to watch himself.
He didn't run over a ward there. QE's going to go back. Oh, no, QE's most likely going to go down. The slow's going to be there. Regurgitate getting him yet another kill. Bakasura advances to 4-0. He's level 10. He only has tier 2 boots right now.
Who said China was bad? China ain't bad. China good. I'm going to wear a China tie for the rest of the night. Like, this is really amazing. They've come out. They've learned that their rotations are fantastic. Their teamwork is key, and it's really paying off for them.
Yep. Well, you know, one thing we haven't really talked about here is the solo lane, pretty much, right? And it's Loki versus Zhong, which we said there's really no high kill potential for Loki at all. But normally what we see is Loki's going to use his decoy, which is his number 2, to clear the wave, and then he's going to rotate out. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to do that because he's not fully leveled, so he's having a hard time in the lane matchup.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal what you expect from Loki. It takes a while for him to get the farm going. He's working on the Heartseeker stacks now. Eventually, he'll come online, and with that teleport, it means he can split push and then teleport away if required, or join the team fight the Gold Fury, force an overextension somewhere.
The vision has been insane so far for Wheel of Bacon. They have everything around Gold Fury warded. It looks like they are looking to collapse here on Rama. Ares got one chain. Baka's got the rest. He's going to jump. He's going to look to commit. He's not going to dive underneath. Oh, they forced the ultimate.
So they can push the wave here. They could, if they realize they could actually push those minions under the tower. But Thor's coming up. He's looking. Sylvanas is here too. The blinking. The double ultimate. One move comes out. Agony on the back line. There's the second. And he bravely runs away right now, does that Arachne.
Wow. Anubis was looking for the rotation. Fortunately for him, he did see Loki teleport. They're not able to really contest this Gold Fury at all. Arachne looking at it, she does have Hand of the Gods. It is available, but it's only a level 1. There is no objective secure there. They're just going to try to clear up their jungle. Wheel of Bacon is going to get the first Gold Fury of the game.
Zhong needed to go aggressive in that solo lane. He had to push that hard. He should have been at their blue right now and take that away from Loki. He has to punish this rotation from Loki and give his team some sort of hope in that, because that was a mistake, I feel. He could have done something better there.
Zhong Kui does have a Warlock Sash on. This is like the perfect item for Zhong. Zhong has a couple of options after this, right? Not only is he going to get insanely tanky just from Warlocks, he's also going to get a decent amount of damage, but he can go into Ethereal Staff and just be a complete tank.
Yeah, he could just go full, very, very tanky, going to be hard to bring down. And if you look at the damage dealers on their team, Loki, Assassin, Burst. If he can't burst someone down in one go, Zhong's going to live on and then reap the repercussions of that onto Loki.
Yep. Mid Harpies getting ready to come up here, probably around 10:05. Arachne is in position, Anubis is in position. Meanwhile, Ares and Baka are pushing them out. So right camps most likely are going to go to Wheel of Bacon, and DID is going to get the left. But the question is will we see them force the engagement?
There won't be an engagement between the two. I mean, Sylvanas went over to make sure they got right. Oh, QE's had to use his ultimate again defensively. And he's been pushed back one more time, and that wasn't even used for any. It was just used to stop the no escape. He's that scared.
And that's huge. I mean, Ares ultimates are one of the more annoying ones to deal with, and it's on a 65-second cooldown. But it looks like they are going to be going for the rotation. They're lurking in the jungle, trying to find someone. Thor's going to be on the backside. Arachne now is going to be spotted. She's going to get stunned up. Decent amount of damage, but not enough to follow up with the kill.
Bit of poke, but once again, as soon as QE walks up to the minion wave in duo, you can see he has to back away because Baka comes back in. Loki getting some good free damage off in the solo lane though. He's starting to get to that level now where that decoy will clear it in one full go, and then it means he can start rotating, looking for an opportunity, and making Zhong rotate too to find out what's going on.
Yeah, but how does that really work out for him versus Zhang? I mean, he is going to lose the tower, but is it better for him to get into the team fights?
I mean, yeah, what he should be doing is he can press decoy, leave the lane, the wave will clear, and he can rotate and look to mid lane or in the jungle, the Harpies, to try and find a pick.
Well, looks like Thor might be getting ready to take to air. He's sitting at the Gold Fury. He's just going to back off there. He's going to go ahead and secure the red. They have finally been able to get their first red buff of the game.
I like Bacon's decision-making here because what they've chosen to do is they were getting camped. Ram is getting camped hard in this lane.
Yeah.
He's getting focused down a lot, so they've double sentry warded this left hand early on.
Very early.
I mean, the way you look at it, it's more survivability, but the problem with it, oh, Loki's going really aggressive. I thought he was going to dive then. I thought he was actually going to dive then with a tire from. He looked tempted.
I mean, he's ballsy, but I don't think he's that crazy.
But going back to the beads anyway, the beads do force you behind in terms of itemization build, but eventually you'll be getting those anyway, but it does mean that your damage potential is a lot lower. You're looking for survivability. Here's Loki.
Loki's on the backside there. He's got to get stunned. He has the potential, and he's just got to get the ultimate. Jean-Claude's trying to stay alive. Down he goes.
Right, though, we can see Agni going aggressive, trying to pick somebody up. Ram actually managed to get out of a bad situation. No escape in the air for Ares. IF doing well. Thor Doug 5-2, and now they're going to try and turn the attention back onto a Bing, but here comes with the blink, the moment, the plague to the face, and Nan goes down.
Agni now just looking aimless, trying to find someone. A Bing has been everywhere. I thought he was going to use Regurgitate there, but it was down. If he did, that was probably an easy double kill. On the right side, though, this is exactly what we like to see out of Loki.
Well, he just got the kill. He managed to take his lane opponent down. Now he's going to punish it further because the fight was on the other side of the map. Tier 2 tower, he's going to fall. It's going to go.
Yeah.
One wave, it's going to go. But he should be able to escape as long as Anubis doesn't choose the correct way. Okay, cool. He's out. He's safe.
So overall, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the charts here. Experience is 3,600 in favor of We Love Bacon as well as gold. So don't ever let kills confuse you here.
Oh, blink again from Ares in this duo lane, looking again for QE, and QE's just like, please, stop the pain, it hurts! He's gonna go down again. Had nothing available to him, his beads were on cooldown as well, and he's gonna drop again, just trying to push up the wave there.
Yep, the rotation's gonna be there as well, though. They are gonna continue. It looks like Baka's gonna be able to get out. Ares gonna go for the ultimate, doing some damage. Thor's gonna be coming around. They should be able to finish this up. Thor's able to find one. He hit the tectonic rift, but it looks like there's no follow-up. Gold Fury is getting ready to come up, though, Hindu.
He's literally spawned just now. They're in a great position for it as well. And it's only Anubis and Arachne that can do anything. Back is in base, and Zhong is on the way. They can possibly defend this with Zhong and Anubis.
They might be okay with this. I is on Arachne right now. If the steal is to happen, it's going to come from Arachne. It looks like they're going to go ahead and move to the mid camps, which now means they aren't looking to fight. Which I think, oh, the pull!
Into the full damage combo coming up from Thor. Poor Anubis comes in.
No way, no way!
Knight takes one, but he does drop down to Nan thanks to the help from Robber on the backside. Loki does turn up to the fight and help out.
Baka jumps in, Baka hungry, Baka in a lot of trouble, dodges the tectonic rift. Does Loki have what it takes to get into there? He does not. Thor's gonna dunk in, there's gonna be one. That's the second kill. Aimless is everywhere. That should reward them here with the Gold Fury. That is why Thor is so lethal.
You say it rewards him with the Gold Fury, but the one with the Hog 3 is still alive. Ares is back again, and you can see that We Love Bacon recognize that, and they're worried about trying to engage on it. They should have done it, though.
They should have forced the fight there at Gold Fury, but nonetheless, as you can tell, they go directly into the jungle and they start taking everything they can. And are they starting it right now?
They're doing Gold Fury right now. There's a ward that can clearly see this going on. It's going to take them a while for now. They're doing decent damage, but Ares is going to be there in time.
I don't think he wants anything to do with this.
He doesn't want to go in.
He's got the greater blink online. He can't do it, and he's not going to contest it. He realizes he's dead.
That was a team call. That was a team call to say, no, stay alive. We can let them have that one. You know, the 2 Gold Furies up now, 6,500 gold for We Love Bacon. Experience lead of 8,000. The game's slowly starting to drift to Bacon now, finally. China with great control early on. The invasions were good. The rotations were fantastic. But then We Love Bacon have started to bring it back again. The focus on QE is wasted now.
Well, Loki's going to go ahead and get stunned out there. Zhang Kui is basically an AoE stun, and he's going to get latched on. He's a Mummify plus the Death Gaze. The Aegis is going to keep him alive, and they're going to trade. Anubis doing a good job there. getting one. He hit the Mummify, just wasn't enough to save his teammates. Meanwhile, We Love Bacon will be taking the right Harpies as well. Baka, by the way, Abing is everywhere on the map.
Yep, he's everywhere but in his lane, apart from when he wants to kill QE again. That's generally the thing he's done. He's gone back to lane to kill him, and that's exactly how I expected it to go, and here we go again. He's trying again.
Yep, well, he's going to use the bounce back there.
But Ares is coming now. Watch the blink. Watch the blink.
Well, we are seeing the rotation as Sylvanas too. Eyes on Sylvanas. If they want to engage this, they will. Agni's coming as well. Regurgitate comes out. They force out Rama completely, and now they have to be careful. Thor's taken to the air. This is going to be a big crash here. Hindu. Thor comes in. Tectonic Rift. Double hap isn't going to hit. The pool is going to break there. Come here, boy. As Ares will now be taken out in a moment of time.
He jumps over the wall to try and do a defensive play, though. The Death Gaze doesn't find anything. QE manages to get himself a kill. They're going to dive Anubis under the tower now. The spin to win from Nan comes out. Finds another one, but here comes back up from DID.
And I don't know if they have what it takes to protect this. They can at least push this wave back. But meanwhile, Loki is going to be able to grab his buffs and then possibly push this wave. They have to be worried about that right Phoenix at the end of the day. There is 4 members of We Love Bacon sitting on the duo side.
It's okay, though, because look at the respawn timers, and look how far that wave's pushed up right now, Gandhi. It's going to take a long time for that to reach the Phoenix. And he'll push it to the Phoenix, yeah, but he won't get any more. I like his decision-making more, though. Try and steal away buffs in the jungle. His blue was up. The enemy blue should be up. Take that as well.
Now, what's very, very interesting is the fact that QE3, he's 2, 5, and 6, but he's getting ready to have Executioner online. He spent so much money on actives that in about 10 minutes, he is going to come online and he's going to be doing a lot more for his team than the Baka.
Everyone knows QE for We Love Bacon is the most noticeable player. We've seen him around the North American scene before, and everyone recognizes that. So does China, and that's why they've focused on him in this game. They feel if they can take out the main person everybody knows, then it will shut the team down, but it's not working out.
So, Zhang Kui going to go ahead and push. We're really looking to see what they're trying to do. Right now on the table, they could go for a Fire Giant, but the enemy team's all the way up, so that's a little bit too ballsy. You don't want to do that. That is basically how you throw the game. Gold Fury isn't up, so it's really just about pushing the wave and trying to figure out a plan. Right now, as you can see in the middle, there is a 4-man grouping coming out of DID. We could see it here, but Zhang Kui has to rotate over to Loki, who is just sneakily just earing through the jungle. That has to be careful of Zhang Kui.
Well, Loki does have his Jotuns online as well, so his penetration is going to be increased as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this match is going to play out in the later stages, because Loki's in a great spot right now. If you Titan's Bane next, that penetration will rip through.
You like the Titan's Bane over the Rage, or like over the Rage or the Deathbringer?
I'm a Titans person.
Yeah.
Titan's Bane through and through. Penetration is huge, and talking about this, you can see the penetration from DID coming out as they try and chase IF back.
Well,
to his own half of the map.
If you play Smite, you know there's one thing frustrating. Trying to gank a Loki. It never happens. The Blink's gonna come in. The Mummify is gonna deter this. One chain's gonna be there. Oh, good God.
He's in trouble. Oh,
no, he lived. He lived.
Back out. The Loki's chasing out. Assassinate available. There it is. Gonna bring him down. And now the team's gonna continue the aggression. It's just the idea, just backing up. Left-hand side though, QE again.
QE on Baka. He does have the push potential here. He does have to be careful. Regurgitate comes out. There is going to be no follow-up there. Now he has full life, so it's okay. Loki is going to be on the speed buff. Baka's going to be in trouble there. This is going to be the boxing match. Can QE win it? He needs one crit. He isn't able to do it. Loki's on the backside. Surprise in the mid lane.
Death Gaze comes out and takes down Nan. Now you can see that Zhang Kui's going in as well. Agni's doing good damage to the back, but Arachne's trying to get focus onto him. Meanwhile, though, Loki turns up, and it's going to be a nightmare for them.
Loki doing a lot of damage, forces Zhang Kui out as well, and this is going to be a complete rewind, reset. Could possibly see a little bit of a buy here. Gold Fury is up, but before they do that, they want the mid Harpies and they want the speed buff.
The problem with these engagements right now, Gandhi, is there's not much coming out of them afterwards. They've taken a camp or two, but the Gold Fury's available, the Fire Giant's available, and they can't go to them because they're not confident enough because their health pools are too low.
Yeah, traditionally, if you're kind of winning a game and you get 3 or 4 members down. At around 18 minutes, it is not rare to see a fire giant occur in that scenario. Before then, you really have to be feeling the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, right now in this game, they've got to try and group up and get a substantial team fight that goes well. Loki is going to be the key factor in this team now. Loki just needs to keep turning up, causing issues, then rotating again. He's got that teleport available to do that whenever he wants.
Ooh.
Well, he can try and get tier 2 left.
Well, what's very interesting is the fact that Loki has elected to go into a Magi's Blessing. This is a defensive item, which we traditionally don't really see synergizing very, very well with Loki, because Loki's main job on a team is to latch onto one person and explode him.
But the problem is, Zhong's dot causes him to be slowed as well. I mean, the Vanish makes it go away, but then you've got Mummify. He has to deal with the Mummify, but now you're going to see Ares in a bit of trouble here in the Golf Fury pit, trying to do well for himself. No escape comes out. He's got to go down, but who else is going to come in for the reach?
Thor's gonna come crashing down there. Death Gaze is gonna be there doing a lot of damage. Knight getting a double kill with Anubis. And that's gonna be Arachne diving into the back lane. It's gonna be a Loki versus Arachne. She's got the life steal. She doesn't have the finish. Triple kill for Anubis. He's finally gonna be taken down. Will Bing, you gotta stay alive, buddy. You will not win that fight.
I like the call here because he looked like Agni wanted to chase, and QE's like, no, we do Gold Fury now, and that's exactly what I was talking about. They have to take these objectives and get an extra lead where possible. It's too low to do Fire Giant, there's only 2 of them. Gold Fury is the right call there. Don't chase that kill.
Yep, I agree. Baka right now as well, getting ready to go into the Witchblade, which I don't know if I agree with it.
Rama is all about auto attacks. Rama is fully auto attack focused, so reducing his attack speed and also giving himself some physical protection. You can't fault getting a Witchblade.
Well, Witchblade is one of the best items in Smite, looking at it, but regardless, it's still, I don't know. I think he needs something to stick on him. In that last team fight, I mean, he had a hard time doing anything. And Sprint 3 is still available. So if you pop Sprint 3, you're able to auto attack and you don't get the debuff, which is good. But I guess he maybe had like a mental fart about it.
I mean, I don't know, I guess he just wanted to follow the extra protections as well, because he Loki going in on this. Bakasura, well, he assassinates over the wall, he was looking for the big play, but now that's on cooldown. The turnaround is happening because Bacon's going to go ham. It's a 1v1 scenario. Loki's trying to live.
Oh, Loki, this is what's so frustrating about dealing with him. Look at him. Baka has seen him. Sylvanas is going to be there for the rotation. Don't chase. It's rule number 1 in video games. On the right side, though, Zhonghui is going to be there. They're going to wall it off. They don't want anything to do with this fight. Brilliant play coming out of We Love Bacon.
I preempted that he's dead because I saw the rotation coming from Sylvanas and Anubis there, but immediately they backed off, realizing that We Love Bacon were there to support their teammate.
Yep, speed buff getting ready to come up here. DID wants to ensure that they get that. It's really just going to help with everything at this stage in the game. You still traditionally see it given to the jungler as well.
Yeah, I mean, you do see most of the time go to the jungler. At the moment, though, we're at a stage of the game when both teams would like to do the Fire Giant if possible, but the War Coverage is slacking. They've not got an opportunity to. Most of the fighting keeps happening duo side, and they really need to start turning their attention on that War Coverage to fire.
And Anubis has elected into a breastplate, so traditionally with mids, we might see maybe like a Magi's on them, but that's about it. And traditionally, it's just all about damage, and damage.
Oh, they tried to rotate in on Loki, but it's Loki's going to get the damage up, but he got baited in. The Death Gaze goes off, but Assassinate to disengage, get away from Joel. They're blinking from Sylvanas. They're going to keep trying to make a play here.
Yep, Zhong Kui is in a lot of trouble here. Loki's going to be creeping on the back. Ares is in there as well. Mummify is going to be there. The beads are there as well. Thor comes crashing in. They're looking for the damage there. Loki's all in the middle, and now Rama is up in the air. Arachne still trying to pursue everything there. Down goes Thor. Anubis able to get one. There's a lot of damage coming from Mom. Will he be able to get the double kill there? He's going to be able to shred through Ares. He's just hitting tick to pull back, and down he goes. That is a double kill for QE3. Arachne's forced back. This should be a Fire Giant here, but they might. Okay, thank you.
Phoenix or Fire.
Thank you. Yeah.
Phoenix or Fire, but they're going to go for the Fire. They have the opportunity because if you just check through, you can see Arachne does not have a Hog 3 available.
Correct.
So you can realistically get this for free. Arachne could possibly pick up a kill, but this should be a free Fire Giant right now.
Baka's there as well, but they do not have a Hand of the Gods level 3 online for this fight. Hand of 3 level Gods is going to be able to allow you to secure the objective at 25%.
Yep. executes it completely all the way through, so you don't have the issue of that. So when you get that hog 3, that's why it's so important for the supports to have that. And why they're so protected, but here we go again. The trade is on, Gandhi.
Ooh, he got it on his back, and now he's not able. Is he able to follow up? He is going to go invisible, and he is actually able to trade that win now. Now, the crazy thing about Loki, I know he seems very stealth, but on top of that, he can actually be played as a hunter. Yeah. Which is way more traditional than Bakasura Hunter.
Yeah, to an extent it is more traditional because what he can do is he's obviously got the burst potential when he gets that decoy online.
For sure.
On the wave, but then he can just all in the AD carry. What I like about the Bakasura AD carry is the fact that it puts the pressure on the Hunter from level 5 onwards. Loki takes a little bit longer than that, honestly, to get his pressure going because he needs to build some stacks on the Heartseeker.
DID has their backs against the wall. They have lost consecutive mid camps. They have lost every single Gold Fury. It is 3-0, and they've lost a Fire Giant, but they're not out yet. As long as they can pull it together. On the left side here, you're going to see it becomes a siege on tier 2. Do they hold it, Hindu, or do they let it go?
They should be trying to hold this, but what they need to be careful about the rotation from Anubis from the mid lane. You've got to make sure you come, but be careful of the rotation you make, because you can get picked. I like the call from Wheel of Bacon here. They've split pushed this, but I don't agree that DID should have backed off there. They should have probably tried to fight.
They did have the man advantage here. They popped the Magi's, which is going to be good on Loki. But hi-rez is all by himself. His teammates split up. He's got one chain here on Rama, but he's going to take a lot of damage. That's the double tap. That is very unfortunate. Zhang Kuei's going to jump into the action. AoE stun everywhere. Meanwhile, Rama is going to be in a lot of trouble. Egg is coming down there. Down goes QE3. On the other side, Loki's going to be there. Loki's going to be able to find one. He's got a Zhang Kuei in front of him. The lane matchup again. He's able to win it.
Wrong, right.
Gosh.
Doing such good work for his team. 9-2 in turn. They're going to get the tier 2 tower in mid. All tier 2 towers down now for DID. Only Phoenixes remain, and he's got to watch his positioning. Great blink from Anubis, the Mummify. He's going to watch out for Loki coming in, but Loki won't walk into that plague because that will do work. They're just leaving him. I like the call.
He's in quite the pickle right now.
Focus Phoenix, ignore getting the kill. That's the decision they made there, and I love it. It was a really good call.
Thor looking for the combo there. You saw the Tectonic Rift, the big stun coming out. If he hits you with the hammer one way and it goes back, it does double the damage. Anubis basically would have sat on the sideline for 65 seconds after that.
And that's one of the issues with playing Anubis, and why we don't normally see it over in the Western meta is because he has to stand still to do most of his damage. His big burst damage, he has to be still. And in a game as mobile as Smite, you can get yourself caught in a few big situations. However, the way he's played it today has not been too bad in fairness. That's why Blink's kind of core on Anubis.
Now, at the end of the day, the objective here is to take the Titan. You have to destroy the enemy Titan, and that is how you win. It's not about kills, not about time limit. They have to do this. So, We Love Bacon in the driver's seat by a long shot here. 22,000 experience in their favor, gold 15,000. That is a huge number.
There's an invasion. Sylvanas dumps in as Thor dumps down. Arachne's going to have to use her ultimate to disengage. No escape is used as well. And there's the Death Gaze. The Loki on the back, though, going to do great damage to Anubis. Is he going to be able to find the kill?
Oh, Loki able to get away there. QE3 is going to be on the backside. Zhang Kuei is going to be taken out. And now there is just 3 members for DID to hold their Titan. I don't know if they can do it.
Well, it's 4v3 scenario. They've got the minions pushed up to an extent. They've still got 2 Phoenixes available right now, Gandhi. They can hold Titan. I don't think they can hold both these Phoenixes, though. They have to watch their positioning. Keep an eye on Sylvanas, and when that blink is available again, which is in 19 seconds time, they'll just poke this, gently come in, see if they can get it for free. If not, they'll back out, wait for Sylvanas' blink, and go again.
Well, the scary thing here for DID is the fact that Fire Giant's getting ready to come up. If they take a fight that doesn't work in their favor, not only do they go down 2 or 3 players, they lose Fire Giant, and that's guaranteed the game secured.
I mean, this is one of the reasons why we see Apollo in the Hunter role so much, is because in these situations when you're down and you're behind, he can split push and defend and still rotate for these Fire Giant fights. At the end of the day, with that across the sky skill, with not having a natural Hunter in this role, it also develops a bit of an issue on wave clear, where you have to be in melee range to actually clear anything, which means that when you're defending, it's very difficult to do so, because you're only relying on Anubis and Zhang.
Let me tell you a little bit about the Thor build right now that we're seeing. So, 10 boots, awesome. Jotun's fantastic. Jotun's into shifters, amazing. Magi's against the team they're going against, awesome. I love every single second about that, but a Height of the Urchin at 30 seconds just isn't necessarily the best build, since you actually have to get the stacks with it.
Yeah, I agree with that one as well. One interesting thing about Loki as well, Loki's actually building into the Hydra, and I love getting the Hydra on him as well, just because his next auto attack after using an ability increases the amount of damage he does, and it's very, very useful. Also gives cooldown reduction too.
Well, there's a little bit of tomfoolery here. There's Magi's around. And hi-rez, you might be in a little bit of trouble, buddy. You got to use the blink. He can't do it. There's too many people around. He's going to try to pull some people in. Down he goes. There's a big team fight. That's a double kill for Agni. John plays in the middle. Down he goes. Arachne gets taken out. Triple kill. Anubis is the last one. Can he do it? He's got the blink. And Thor goes, bring it on.
The snipes do connect, and Thor's the one that gets the last hit on that for the Dia side for Wheel of Bacon. They're not even interested in the Fire Giant right now. You know why, Gandhi? Because they can end the game and get themselves into day 2.
They have the direct line to the Titan. They're going to push up. They're not waiting for it at all. They're going to be able to secure it 44% and dropping. That is going to be We Love Bacon advancing.
There you see them on the screen. They're so happy with themselves. A good performance from them. Stutter steps. Stutter steps at the beginning, Gandhi. They had a bit of trouble early on. They got invaded. It caused them a lot of issues. However, they did very well to come back into it and allow themselves their opportunity.
I think it's very, very interesting when you're a really just a hunter in general, especially coming from the Western meta completely. You're used to going against other hunters. You're not used to going against these warriors or solo laners that we've seen kind of come out of China. And I think that's why Snoopy had a hard time, and I think that's exactly why QE3 had a hard time. How many times have you ever seen a Baka in the solo lane and mixed with an hi-rez? It's a guaranteed kill at level 5.
Yeah, it's really difficult to see those situations. I mean, sometimes you're used to it. Now and again, we've seen it in the past coming out from the North Americans and EUs before, where they've run aggressive assassins in there, but it's starting to fall off again. China, like, it's still good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do it.
They gave it their best, but overall, We Love Bacon, great resilience. They look fantastic going into this one. I wouldn't count them out yet, but they have a very, very hard road ahead of them.
Yeah, they really do. It's going to be a tough one for them into that, so we'll have to see how that's going to play out.
Yep. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and send it over to Golden Boy at the Alienware Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, Scott. And yep, back here at the aptly named Alienware Analyst Desk. Of course, you can see us here with our awesome Alienware laptops. And, you know, breaking down the game, what's going on over here. One thing to take note was DID looked great at the beginning of that game, but it was the same exact story. And although it happened much later in this matchup versus the Cog Red one, which happened much quicker because Cog Red wasn't having that, We Love Bacon was able to bounce back in the end.
Yeah, I think Hinduman's actually cheating with that tie. I feel like every bow tie he wears is just forcing the winner, and we'll see how it progresses through the rest of the weekend.
They got to keep, okay, fans at home, keep track of Hinduman's ties, please.
Bow tie spreadsheet.
So cool. So freaking cool. Anyway, okay, so let's look, Zimp, let's just dive into you here. Thoughts going into this one, you know, DID, strong start, but what was it that tipped the favor for We Love Bacon?
I just don't know. It just seems like they can't really go through the mid game and just progress into the late game with the advantage. Nan and Alright Troll and Loki just did an amazing job to just keep up, you know, the pressure all over the map. Although I must give it up to Knight, the mid player for DID on Anubis. He's an amazing player. I mean, a lot of things, mechanical things are like super, super high level. He pulls off.
Let's go ahead and bring it back to the first blood, the Logitech first blood of this last game. And what a fantastic start of the match. I mean, just as always was, they 5-man invaded and it failed. DID could not get that first blood. And then, you know, they're thinking about Wheel of Bacon, they're not going to try it again. So they sneak around the mid camp after a failed 5-man invade and caught him off guard again. And watch this, nowhere for QE3Q to go. And this set up the long lane for DID, able to just conquer. A Bing was just on QE3Q the entire time. And, you know, even though, rest in peace, we have our first team eliminated in the tournament so far. Shout outs to DID with their wonderful play and coming all the way out here. They're still going to win a large chunk of money. But, you know, Knight, you talked about it. He's just the man.
Yeah, man. I'm a fan of Knight.
Yeah, Knight's great. Play fantastic. Allied, what are your thoughts in regards to Knight, too? You've been a little quiet over there. What do you think about this gentleman?
I just want a Knight t-shirt, I want a Nei Fang t-shirt, and like I'm a huge fan of Knight's Anubis play. I can't wait to fight Naw, and he's going to play Anubis in scrims. but overall, I think he played everything. His positioning to his team fighting skills to his individual play in general, he's very confident. You could tell there's a lot of games under Anubis. Not everyone could just pick up Anubis and just be like, yeah, $2.5 million on the line, Anubis. Like, no one in NA, at least, that I know can do that. Not even Nah.
You know, one thing I want to bring up from that last game, Golden Boy, is it was a little small note that we didn't actually touch on, but the solo lane in the jungle for DID actually swapped. If you guys remember from the first match, Sensei was playing Apollo in the solo lane. He ended up getting, losing pretty weakly there. They actually put him into the jungle and grabbed their jungle and put him into the solo, and that seemed to work really, really well. You have to remember there are actually subs coming in for these teams. They weren't able to get their full roster, so they're actually making adjustments on the fly during the match and during the tournament, and it seemed to be a lot better. So you can see that there's a lot of hopeful attitudes coming out of China, the way they're able to play the game, and it seemed like the solo swap was the thing they needed to stabilize their mid game.
Yeah, definitely. And just to that point that you made about how these guys don't have their full rosters and all that stuff. I mean, even OMG, a team that we've been absolutely gushing over here at the Alienware Analyst Desk, they also don't have their full squad. But that's just something you have to keep in mind. And you're like, wow, these guys are really, really good, and they have good mechanics. They just need that, extra, a push, right? And like I said, I feel like right now the international community definitely knocking on the door in professional Smite. I'm expecting big things there. Allied, what are your thoughts?
Give it another year. Give it one more year. You're going to see so much potential, so much competitiveness coming into Smite. And that's honestly Season 2. It's looking really good. Just with the fact that these aren't even like their final rosters. Like there's not even like the full 5 players that they practice with all the time. It's just like, and they're still performing. Like they're still doing stuff. Like a Bing, he went absolutely crazy. And even every single region, like Nan was just absolutely out of control with his Thor play. Like he was honestly the single factor that brought We Love Bacon back into the game.
Yeah, speaking of, Zim, anything that you noticed in that comeback from We Love Bacon there? Again, we saw DID begin to falter, toward the midpoint. What was that thing that just catapulted We Love Bacon to that win?
I think they got a little overconfident and took too many fights where they shouldn't have, which gave Loki kills. And when Loki's late game gets kills, he would just one-shot your backline. So it's important to keep him under control. I just feel like the execution and controlling objectives, warding, all that stuff is not really there yet. Yeah.
Now we have We Love Bacon moving on to the next round. They're going to wait the winner of the OMG and Name Not Found matchup. I had, at one point in that matchup, Driver, I was like, oh boy, it's going to be DID versus potentially OMG. That's quite surprising, but We Love Bacon were able to overcome. How do you feel about their odds moving forward?
We Love Bacon. Now, the tough part, right, is that We Love Bacon probably has the easier matchup just because they're facing off against the loser of the matchup between Titan and, of course, Cognitive Prime. So either way, it's not a good toss-up, right? But I think that even worse on the bottom side of the wild cards, whoever wins there has to face up against Cognitive Prime or SK Gaming. I mean, there's so many great teams that they're waiting for them in the quarterfinals, but the best part about it is it's best of 3. So they have a little bit more wiggle room to adjust. I think that's the best thing, right? We talk a lot about in the pre-show today that these teams coming in, no one knows anything about them, but you have to think about the flip side. These teams don't know a whole lot about the other teams as well. Now, granted, there's more replays and scrims to look at and tournament matches to learn from, but you have to give them more than one game to learn what Cog Prime, Cog Red, Titan, and SK Gaming do so they can adjust their strategy to do it. So I think the best of 3 is going to be the best option for them.
I mean, it's one thing to actually see these matches in action and to watch. I can sit there, load up a replay. All right, Barracuda Apollo, Omega Vimana, this, that, and the other. But then it's another thing to experience it firsthand. It's like, wow, I can't get my blue buff. Wow, that Gold Fury control. They took FG in 15 minutes. I couldn't do anything about that. And that's the realization a lot of these teams are starting to feel. It's like, wow, these guys are something else.
I actually disagree with Driver. I think the best of 3 actually favor the more seasoned teams, because in a best of 1 you can just go with an insane strategy early game, just do something really, really cheesy and win off of that. I think in a best of 3 the more seasoned team will adapt to whatever strategy the other team's pulling out. So I think these best of 1s were the best shot these teams had, unfortunately.
Yeah, well guys, we're going to see how, of course, We Love Bacon fares moving on to the next round, and of course coming up we have OMG returning to the main stage facing off against Name Not Found. But Of course, guys, we want to thank you all. You know, there was some slight issues there, you know, but we thank you all so much for sticking with us here at the Smite World Championship. The matches have just been incredible, and we thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you guys are out there tweeting the broadcast, but also, if you want to share with the Smite community, as you know, as well as, you know, just I guess your friends and family and all that, what you are doing as you're watching the Smite World Championships, how you're watching it, whether it's on a big screen TV or just, you know, on your setup, you know, right or in the middle of a game of Smite, perhaps. Who knows, right? Make sure you tweet using the hashtag SWC and also include @SmiteGame. Just a picture. You know, what are you guys doing? How are you guys enjoying the event? And you could win some pretty cool stuff.
Try to get a picture of you feeding one of us. That'd be a good one.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
get-
or like
feed me a
one,
Cheeto.
or like you're squishing our heads.
Yeah, there you go. That's
you know,
a good one.
That'd be a great picture. Preferably on Allied.
Just actually, the Cheeto just makes someone running away from it. I can't have milk, so the Cheeto will get
just
me. I
the Cheeto. Okay, there you go. There you go. We've been really messing around with you, Allied. It's been fun.
I'm getting bullied, man.
You're getting bullied, man. All right. So, and of course, you know, we're all having fun here. And one guy who loves to have fun, and you know, probably one of my favorite people over at hi-rez, is none other than hi-rez Bart. And our friends over at Red Bull took some time to speak with Bart, catch up with him, and, you know, learn a bit about this amazing Smitecaster. Take a look.
Who've been doing it for 3 years are like, in many ways, like veterans, which is like really bizarre that there's these young kids that are like the old crew. My name is Bart Koenigsberg. I'm the esports manager and lead commentator for hi-rez Studios and our flagship title, Smite. You're going to be watching me kind of go through a normal day. I have opportunity to sit down and do a play test. What happens if she gets stunned? So we're about to go into our North American Regional Championships. I'll get up, drive into work, usually get there in the early mid-morning. Generally try to answer emails and be available on Skype, reach out to whatever organizations we're currently talking to or planning with. This is my desk where I work, my kingdom, if you will. We have our motif of the month is cocks, so we have our lovely mascots all about and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, we have a lot of fun. hi-rez Studios is a video game development company and publisher here in Atlanta, Georgia. Our kind of main title right now is a game called Smite, which is a 3D kind of over-the-shoulder MOBA game. It's a little bit different than what you would normally experience in MOBAs. All skill shots, and you move with, you know, WASD. Every day we get a new kind of build of the game and we test it. So what you're looking at here is that we'll be testing a god that is in development. So to create a god, it takes between 4 and 6 weeks, depending on how complex or kind of simple the character is. Going to the Cobb Energy Center for the show this weekend. Everything, I think, started for me when I got a Super Nintendo when I was like 8 years old. I kind of went to university. I got a business degree, a marketing degree, thinking, you know, maybe someday, if I'm successful enough, maybe have a client that makes video games. At the time, I was reading that this game company in Atlanta, where I lived, had bought the rights to my favorite game ever made called Tribes. So I sent them an email and said, here's what I've been doing for my job. I love this game more than anything, and oh, also I can do this commentary thing. That was kind of the foot in the door, and then I kind of rolled that into let's run tournaments, let's run competitions, and that kind of became this, you know, multi-million-dollar esports initiative every year. It's the backstage area. This is kind of where I'm getting ready to go move in and take the second best of 5 series. It's gonna be Complexity versus Cog Prime. So I kind of sit back here, you know, get everything ready to go. No jitters. No. I mean, I'm excited, yeah, but like, not nervous. No, I'd have to drink a lot more coffee for that. Walking out to, you know, a 5, 10, 15,000 person crowd may change things up. When the game starts, when the lights go up, that's the best feeling in the world.
North American Regional Championships, live from Atlanta, Georgia. My name is hi-rez Bart, joining me on the...
To be a good commentator, you got to be... There's a lot of ego, there's a lot of kind of confidence that goes into it. That's a big piece of it. Game knowledge is kind of like your comfort zone. If you aren't knowledgeable enough, that's when you start getting nervous. Saturate yourself in the game, love yourself, know you can do it, and just go. One of the things I think I like most in life is just talking about theories in video games with people that are really knowledgeable for as long as it takes everyone to say I'm right. I'd like to be right, I think. That's the motivation now, is always improving and keeping people happy.
And in that instance, Bart probably should have worn an undershirt, but I'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But you know what? When you're looking at the sun, I mean, hell, I can't do that, man. It'll just be all gut. So,
That's right.
In any case, though, you know, we have, and great profile on Bart, one of my favorite guys over at hi-rez, the guy who actually just got me into all of this. I remember meeting him at Gamescom, and him basically saying like, hey, man, you know, you ever tried out Smite? And I was like, no, I actually haven't had a chance yet. And he drags me over, and he sits me down. He's like, play. And I was like, all right. So I sat there and I played for about 2 hours at Gamescom in Germany when I had work to do. So my employer at the time hopefully is not watching the broadcast, but that's what I did in that 2-hour lunch break. So moving forward, though, and back to the action, of course, the game at hand that we just witnessed, you know, I have to say, Rachel, man, good showing out of him, wouldn't you think?
It was tough because, you know, with the Junkway in the solo lane, it really just set up for a lot of farm for Loki because obviously a lot of pressure came out of that. But I want to bring it back to the Alienware play of the game from that last match. Rachel with at first a single kill into a double kill, so an unofficial triple kill. You see him kind of rotating through in the mid lane, and you know he was so good at being disciplined. And then he obviously went from pure damage to defense. He brought that Magi's Blessing late game, which helped him. There's the assassinate, there's the big burst, we get that double kill, and you see him watch. This is just dinner. Gobble, gobble, and the Dot's going to finish it off. And you know, he wasn't on each target for very long. He just, you know, pops it, gets the vanish, gets the aim strike. The assassinate took it down, but because he had so much burst and farm at that point, and he just was playing so cautiously, he never fell behind.
Yeah, good showing there out of Rachel, obviously. You know, and that's why, you know, he was the he had that play of the game there, of course, presented by Alienware. We're going to be bringing up the map here in a little bit, which, by the way, I was looking, you know, I'm looking on Reddit here, and there was someone on Reddit. I'm going to find it. I'm going to give you a shout out, dude. Someone said, bless whoever it was at hi-rez who thought about the map control graphic, right? Because that really does tell quite a story of like what, you know, what we just saw and who really was in the driver's seat throughout that matchup, or just how neck and neck that game was. So I guess Allied, for you going to this, you know, the map control when that pops up, you know, without even seeing it, how do you think that this plays out, right? Like, do you think that it would have been more 50-50? And there you go, right there. So I don't want you to look at it, but whatever, you already did. So we're done. We're done here. I'm just messing around. But yeah, so tell me, what do you think about this map control breakdown?
Overall, I felt like DID should have probably had more objective control. Like, it seemed like they needed a Gold Fury. That's one thing for sure. They definitely needed a Gold Fury because considering how hard QE3Q was being farmed, you would think more dual lane control in that area would have been in order. But no, in fact, even like you can even see through the map here that We Love Bacon, they even took like blue buff like once or twice there. It's just great. You would expect more map control. Maybe that's areas that other regions are lacking in.
It's kind of like a recurring theme, right? We're seeing more and more that, you know, these new teams that are coming in, facing up against the battle and time-tested European and North American metas. It's all about that movement speed buff, the orange buff. Whoever has control of both of them usually wins that early game because you have the map control. Yet again, I mean, you got 29% speed, 71% across the way. Whereas, I mean, they still got a bunch of, you know, 41% power, 38% mana. Even mid camps and back camps were creeping up, but it's that speed camp you really need.
I think we can all agree, Jyber, that speed buff amongst most competitive players or even veteran players is one of the best camps in the game. So just going into this, like every competitive team here knows speed buff control for both sides is absolutely mandatory. If you can't get it, you got to make sure you can stall it out or you fight for it. Like,
yeah. Another thing to notice is We Love Bacon did not lose a single tower. They have all the towers still on the map. And when you get picked off this much, I mean, they had kills in the dual lane all the time and still didn't manage to push down a single tower. And I mean, Anubis is great for objective damage. You know, if you just kill someone, go Gold Fury, you can even ult the Gold Fury and it's gonna melt really fast. I just kind of wish they did more with the picks they got instead of just like taking the kill and just be like, okay, I'll go back and buy items or whatever.
Yeah, Gold Fury control is so evident there. I mean, obviously, when you're getting 100%, right, at that point, the story kind of just tells itself, right?
I think the major thing is what a lot of these teams need to make sure they do is like when you push for a kill, there's always has to, like most kills, at least in North America, all kills that I make, that my team makes, or even any other team, like Cognitive Prime, for example, very like robotic, they know exactly what to do. Everything they do is objective based. If there's no objective behind it, there's no point to really go for a kill. Like, for example, like, if you kill a guy at their back harpies, you're taking his back harpies as well. Like, everything is objective based.
Yeah, guys, so with that match win from We Love Bacon, the bracket, of course, has been updated. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. We Love Bacon will move on to the next round there. We are awaiting the next matchup, which is our boys over at OMG coming back to the main stage, facing off against Name Not Found. Now, the winners of these matchups won't face each other. They're going to go over to the quarterfinals. So that's going to be very exciting to watch, as the matchups are going to be unique this time around.
I'm so excited for OMG, right? DID made a big blow into all the other regions, showing what China can do, but OMG had that original game. It was so close, and it wasn't, you know, like they messed up the mechanics. They just didn't close out on early game strategy in the right time frame, which happens to all teams. Sometimes you just don't hit that mark, and so I want to see what OMG can do here against 404. 404 originally had a little bit of a mess up in the solo lane, losing that early kill, of course, Kali dying in the jungle. But, you know, honestly, overall, I think this is going to be a best game to see for today before we go into round 3, of course.
Oh, man. Really excited for that one, folks. Well, seems like we have Kelly down at the floor with one of the players for a little interview. So, Kelly, what's going on?
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. I am here joined by the captain of We Love Bacon. Congratulations on your win against DID. Now, before I get into my questions, I gotta ask you, why are you guys named We Love Bacon?
Because our support is vegetarian, so we try to joke him, so that's it.
Does he like the fact that you guys named your team We Love Bacon and he's a vegetarian?
No, he needs to accept.
All right, so do you feel that as from Brazil, your picks and bans are a little different than maybe from North America or Europe or even China?
I think the actual meta is almost the same. We prioritize bands like Circuit and got like that, Sylvanus, Thor, Apollo.
Who do you think is your biggest competition here at the SWC?
Our,
which team do you fear the most?
I think SK Gaming has a really good team. We are kind of trying to beat them in the first match because it was a really important match, but they are a really strong team.
Well, good luck and congratulations on your win. Guys, we are going to take a look at the SWC Season 2 trailer.
It's pretty cool. It's the journey, right? That was the journey of where Smite was and where it is now. I mean, we're here, you know, $2.6 million on the line. I think I saw a check there for $7,500.
Yeah.
So quite the gap, you know, I would have to say. Maybe just a little bit. But, you know, guys, you know, for you and Zimp, we'll kick it off over to you. That must be something that's just come full circle for you, right? I mean, you've been here since the start.
It's not even been a year since we won the Smite launch tournament, and this time the prize pool is like 13 times bigger. It's like, it's just, I mean, it's amazing, really.
That's cool stuff.
I'm
real happy for you guys as well, because you get just something to play, and it's something incredible to play. And for Allied over there, I mean, so let me get this right. Your first team was called Juice?
Yeah, I was part of Juice.
Okay.
We came from Super Smash Bros. And I ended up quitting, and then I came from StarCraft 2, actually. I played StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty when it came out. I achieved really high rating, was Masters into GM, and then I even played on the Korean servers, and then I ended up quitting. And then DM was like, yo, Monster. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you gotta play this. I'm like, okay. And then I remember the old Smite, man. Then just travel through that. And I remember the PAX booths, that's for sure. PAX booths were not comfortable. So it's come a long way. Been here for a while.
Definitely a long way. And you've been there, you know, casting these games as well. I mean, how's it for you to be a part of this community for so long and just see it develop to the point where it is now?
I remember the first time we broke 100 viewers, and it was the happiest day ever. I was just so excited to see, man, it was like 98, 99, 100 viewers. And I just like casting from my bedroom with my bed sheets behind me. And then of course we went to PAX Prime and PAX East, started casting from there. And we were part of the Twitch booth, and we had a couple TVs and monitors around, and the players were like, we had like probably like 8 chairs, I think, for spectators to watch, and they had like the rest of them had to stand. And you know, going from this to seeing the whole theater filled up right now is just such a dream.
That's right, guys. Well, of course, if you're out in the crowd, by the way, you should give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Smite World Championship, powered by Curse Voice. Now we have another matchup underway for you all. We have OMG, the China guys, returning again. The boys from China looking fantastic in their matchup against Titan. So excited to see what they bring to the table. Facing off against Name Not Found. That should be a good one. I'm really pumped for this matchup. Dry Bear, you know, I guess we've all just been heavily anticipating this one. Thoughts going into it before we toss it to Kelly?
The underdogs, which I don't think I ever thought I was going to say during this weekend, is going to be 404. I think OMG has this. I think they're going to come out very strong, conquer, and just go right into the quarterfinals.
Should be really fun, guys. Well, I think it's time. It's time for us to go ahead and jump into our next matchup here in the wild card. So let's go ahead, toss it over to Kelly so she can go ahead and intro the teams. What's going on?